Welcome to Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and me, Daniel Potts. We're glad to see you today, Edie.
Yeah,
good to see you.
Good to be here as always.
We've got a wonderful show for you today that is going to talk about relationships and maintaining healthy relationships, as well as stress management through some techniques of yoga and breathing. Okay,
Lord
Edie, tell us about that.
We need it, honey.
We need it. We need it, definitely.
Well, and talking about building healthier relationships in our marriages, I think that Ora Gerald and Dr. Samuel Jones do a great job in sharing an intervention demonstration for us of how that could work in your relationships, and also exercise with yoga with my good friend Jilda Watson. So I know you're going to enjoy this show today, and they'll learn how to, or this, blow it out, get it over with, have a great time, and you won't want to miss what's coming up next.
You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and Dr. Daniel Potts. We'll be back in a moment.
If you woke up with pain this morning, you are not alone. Estimates are that nearly 1/3 of Americans will experience chronic pain at some point in their lives. Optimal Pain Control by Franklin Pharmacy works directly with your physician to create a pain cream for your unique needs. Our staff of pharmacists has over 30 years experience in compounding. OPC by Franklin Pharmacy's custom formulas are created for you to maximize pain relief while minimizing side effects. From minor aches to severe neuropathic pain, let us be your partner.
Enjoy the latest books from Edie Hand. A portion of sales benefit charities such as St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Visit www.ediehandfoundation.org or your local or online bookstore. Pick up your copies today. A Pocket Guide for the Alzheimer's Caregiver by Dr. Daniel Potts and his wife Ellen helps you understand this disease and get the best care possible. Go to alzpocketguide.com or any online bookstore for your copy. You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and Dr. Daniel Potts.
Welcome back to Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and Dr. Daniel Potts. I'm Daniel Potts welcoming you back, and we have some special guests here this afternoon, Edie, to talk to us about relationships.
We certainly do. We have Dr. Samuel Jones here, and we have Ora Gerald. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And you're in my kitchen.
Beautiful kitchen. Beautiful kitchen.
For conversation, for company.
Well, most things do happen in the kitchen, you know, when you're talking about things. And I know, Dr. Jones, share with our viewers and us a little bit about your background in dealing with marriages and relationships.
Sure. Well, first of all, I am married, almost 13 years, wonderful wife. We have 4 beautiful children. And over the years, I've been really interested in this thing called marriage, looking at challenges in marriages and trying to help couples. For more than 20 years, I've been working with couples and families and individuals, and I just have a passion and desire for helping couples. A big problem that I'm seeing, Edith, is insecurities in marriage. All marriages have some insecurity in it.
Well, it's not any of us. We all have them, don't we?
All of us have them. Now, to some levels, some are worse than others. And that's what I'm really interested in today, is looking at insecurities in marriages, how it got there, and how to work through it.
And how to heal it.
And how to heal it, that's right.
Ora, so tell us a little bit about you. I know you're a registered nurse. We've known each other a long time.
Yes,
but
we have.
Tell us a little bit about why you and Dr. Jones have gotten involved in this project.
Well, I tell you, Edie, in my experience as a registered nurse, first of all, I've seen so many people with illness. This is illness, and it doesn't fall short of people having emotional instability related to stressors in life. But then I've found that it actually rolls over into relationships. Relationships touch us every day in our everyday lives, each and every one of us. And what I am passionate about is helping people. I particularly want to see whole, healthy, and successful marriages. I know that starts with first successful relationships, and then it starts with successful individuals, people who are happy within themselves. So I'm on a mission personally to try to help people identify their personal issues that they've been struggling with, help them get to a place of health and healing. And I think this is a great medium and opportunity to work with Dr. Jones, since he has for years done the same thing, offered this. I think together we can both come up with an opportunity that will really change lives. That's what we're in this for, is changing lives.
Well, that's a great thing, don't you think?
Yes,
Dr.
absolutely,
Potts?
no question about this.
Well, I want to know too, we're going to be showing a little later in the show, talk about some interventions of role playing, but give our viewers some insight into some of those healing techniques that you use to help these families?
Sure. You know, first of all, I want to say that insecurity is rooted in relationships. Relationships functioning such as separation, divorce of your parents, or a person who experienced divorce or separation. And they're hurt and they're damaged because of it, which builds or leads to negative trust in new relationships. So what I found, Edie, is to go back with working with couples, look at the root cause of what happened. We may go back to childhood, some trust or mistrust issues may have developed, as well as they're developing in relationships. So I tend to go back and look at the beginning. How is there? Why is there? What caused it? And let's go back there and work on it. A thing that I see also that goes with this is low self-esteem. When insecurity is there, a person tends to have low self-esteem. They tend to withdraw from their partner, and which leads to, we know we have such a high level of divorce. Almost 50% of marriages end in divorce.
And the first marriages?
First marriages and second marriages, the divorce rate is even higher. We see close to 60%. You would think, marrying the second time, I got it right, got some instructions, I'm going to get it right this time with some experience. But those divorces are higher. I think the people see now I have a way out when it doesn't work.
That's what I think too. It's easier. You see, you can get out of that relationship.
Edie, one thing I want the couple to understand is that it's not one person's problem, it's both. When you're married to someone, I believe that whatever that person's issues are coming into the marriage is now our issue. And we need to work on it together. So that, I believe a husband should never look at his wife. She's insecure. She needs to work on herself. She needs individual counseling. No, it's a couple problem.
You know, that you probably can make a comment about that.
Of course I can.
That come in.
I'm thinking about this as how it relates to chronic illness, because chronic illness is such a stressor, I'm sure, on relationships that both of y'all have seen, and I certainly have too, caregivers. And we each bring our insecurities to this as well. So.
Well, you know, and what could we give our own tips? If you could give us a tip, or our viewers out there that could help them and things. Should they call you? How would they call you, or get in touch with you, or how could you help them today? Give them a few tidbits.
Well, sure. I think one of the main things I want individuals to understand is that identify I have a problem, and there's insecurity, low self-esteem, and I need help for it. And I'll be very happy to talk to anyone about this insecurity issue, and I can be reached. You have my contact information, my website. Give the couple that information, and I'll be happy to.
Well, we'll put that up on our screen then, and on our websites too. And you have a website that is?
Yes, www.samuelejones.com.
Well, thank you, Ora, and thank you, Dr. Jones.
Thank
and we'll
you
have
so
you
much.
back. You promise you'll come back and visit with us?
Love to.
And
love
coming
to.
up next, you're going to be seeing an intervention of how you could make a difference in a marriage's life of someone that you care about. And we hope you'll stay with us right here on Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and Dr. Daniel Potts.
You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and Dr. Daniel Potts. We'll be back in a moment.
This is Holly, or Ms. Clemente as her students call her, and they call her often because she's always there for them. No problem is too big or too small, because to Holly, you can't teach someone if you don't connect with them, and you can't connect with someone unless you truly care for them. Sometimes success starts when you go the extra mile to make sure someone else gets ahead. Virginia College, your success starts here.
Hi, I'm Sarah Evans here with friends Rollins and Kumar, who've been helping Children's of Alabama celebrate its 100th birthday. They're here for care at the Alabama Center for Childhood Cancer and Blood Disorders, the largest provider of cancer care for children and young adults in the state. At Children's, we treat every form of cancer, and we're committed to a cure. You can be too. Donate now so thousands of kids like Rollins and Kumar will celebrate lots of birthdays, including their own.
Hi, I'm Edie Hand.
And I'm Ronnie McDowell.
And I'm Georgette Jones.
Together, we'd love to ask you to support the Children's Miracle Network Children's Hospital.
That's right, Edie. Your local children's hospital provides state-of-the-art care, life-saving research, and preventative education for children 24 hours a day.
And we need your support to continue helping make life better for others. Just log on to childrensmiraclenetwork.org. We believe together we can have those miracles.
You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and Dr. Daniel Potts.
You know, Dr. Jones, I'm so excited that we have the opportunity to talk about this very, very important issue. So many people suffer with self-esteem issues. So many people feel isolated. You know, there is a saying that no man is an island, but so many of us are lonely in our own worlds because we feel that there's no hope. You know, and what we're doing here is making sure that we give people hope and let them know nothing's irreconcilable. This intervention that we're doing today, others will see it in the comfort of their homes and be able to have something to apply to their own personal lives. Right. So it's very important in what we're doing. And I'm so happy this couple has come today, that you've taken the first step. That is a hard thing for most people to do, is to know that the first step to getting help is to actually take it. And you've done the right thing. You've come to someone in a situation where he can truly engage you and bring change to your lives. So welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, thank you. You know, sometimes couples wait years, sometimes even longer, with a problem ongoing in their marriage and not seek help. And it gets worse. It's not going to get better. So I'm really thankful for you two coming here today. And Joy, I just want to ask you, just tell us what's going on.
Well, probably a couple of years ago when he started traveling with his work, I mean, we've been married for several years, so the communication's not quite what it used to be when we were first married, and then the traveling started, so it's even less. And it's created some insecurities and some fears for me with him not being at home. I'm taking care of the children, and I've addressed it with him a few times, and it doesn't seem to be as important to him as it is to me.
When you address it with Roger, how does he respond?
Just kind of acts like he doesn't understand why I'm overreacting or you know, getting so upset about it.
Okay. Roger, when you hear Joy say that, what are you thinking?
Well, I guess I'm concerned is that I want her to trust me. And, you know, even though I'm on the road, and I know that could be maybe an open door to her, for her not to trust me. I just want her to trust me and know that I do care about her even when I'm on the road. But at the same time, I do understand where she's come from. I think her concerns are valid because we're not together as much, and we don't communicate as much as we used to. And so her concerns are, her feelings are valid to her, but I don't understand them totally.
Okay, and let me add this right now, and that's this. When she's going through something, her insecurities, low self-esteem, her trust issues, it's not her problem. It's both your problem.
Okay.
Because when you married each other, you know, issues that she brought into the marriage, that you brought into the marriage, right, are now one, or both of you all. So the concern that she has about how she's feeling in this relationship should be as concerned to you as well. Does that make sense?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Okay. And
now,
they are. And they are.
Okay. You know, and insecurity, let me just take a look at that for a moment. Insecurity is when we have these anxiety emotions that they develop from a pattern of thinking over a period of time, and we can develop insecure. So some of the things that we need to work on, and you mentioned this earlier, Joy, a past relationship that you had. You talked about your parents and their divorce as well. When we look at insecurities, we always make the connection or can find connections to past relationships and how that affected you. And you shared with me some trust issues that you had as a girl growing up and with your family. What did you mean by those?
Well, just early relationships that I had. My parents divorcing when I was an early teen, and that kind of went, I think, probably into some of my early dating relationships, dating people that probably weren't trustworthy to begin with, and so it just created a lot of insecurity. And when you're that age, I felt like it was all my fault, and I felt like I was not doing enough or whatever. And I guess I'm feeling that way some now.
And Roger, when you hear Joyce say that she felt as if it's her fault, things that have happened in the past, what do you think about that?
Well, because, you know, this doesn't make me any better than her, obviously, but because my parents didn't get divorced and they were together the whole time, I have a little trouble relating to it, because I guess I don't understand why that makes me not to be trusted, so to speak. I don't know if that's good English or not, but you know what I'm saying. I don't understand why she doesn't trust me because of that. But I'm willing to work on it, if whatever I need to do. You know, I don't know what the steps I need to take to help her, because I definitely want to do that.
Well, she didn't mention that you travel quite a bit.
I do.
I understand that.
Quite a bit.
One of the things I believe is so relevant and important when we look at insecurity is pursuing.
Okay.
On your part. It's pursuing her. And if I was to illustrate it, I would turn Joy this way and you directly behind her. And as she's moving forward with her insecurities, you're behind her, trying to be there for her, trying to understand her. And an issue that I tend to see is love and respect when we look at insecurities. And you know, Ora, that is so critical. Absolutely. She needs love and he needs respect.
Absolutely. And those are hallmark.
Those are.
Hallmark and relevant to so many people's relationships. It's a very ideal example.
And we need to ask ourselves, am I meeting her need? Am I meeting his need? And going to that person, how can I meet your need that I'm not meeting? You know, here's a principle that I learned, and that's this. If I'm unloving to my wife and I know that's a need that she has, I would approach her, honey, what I just did, was that unloving? And she would respond. And that helps me to try to be more loving. And she does the same thing with the respect issue for me as well.
And I think, Dr. Jones, that's an excellent introduction to really what it means to intervene and start that first step towards healing. Everyone needs to know that you have to, number one, heal as an individual, heal your relationships, because your health and your family life depend on it. That's all at stake. So they've taken the first step. You can do the same.
You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and Dr. Daniel Potts. We'll be back in a moment.
Sure, Toyota is #1 for everyone. But Scott Crump insists on more proof than just statistics. Yeah, the all-new redesigned 2012 Camry has more room, better fuel economy, and plenty more performance. And right now at Scott Crump Toyota, you too can drive the new Camry from just $199 a month. Did we mention better brakes? Visit Scott Crump Toyota in Jasper.
We'll do whatever it takes.
Enjoy the latest books from Edie Hand, a portion of sales benefit charities such as St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Visit www.ediehandfoundation.org or your local or online bookstore. Pick up your copies today. A Pocket Guide for the Alzheimer's Caregiver by Dr. Daniel Potts and his wife Ellen helps you understand this disease and get the best care possible. Go to alzpocketguide.com or any online bookstore for your copy.
If you woke up with pain this morning, you are not alone. Estimates are that nearly 1/3 of Americans will experience chronic pain at some point in their lives. Optimal Pain Control by Franklin Pharmacy works directly with your physician to create a pain cream for your unique needs. Our staff of pharmacists has over 30 years experience in compounding. OPC by Franklin Pharmacy's custom formulas are created for you to maximize pain relief while minimizing side effects. From minor aches to severe neuropathic pain, let us be your partner.
You're watching Prescription for Healthy Lifestyles with Edie Hand and Dr. Daniel Potts.
Welcome back to Prescriptions for Healthy Lifestyles. Hi, I'm Edie Hand. And joining me in my studio here today is Jilda Watson. Thank you for coming, Jilda.
Oh, you're welcome, Edie, my joy.
We've just been talking about healthy relationships. And what's important to us, too, also is how to de-stress when we go through difficult situations that just come up we're not counting on. So I know that you do yoga, so will you share what yoga is and how you could help us?
Yoga is an ancient mind-body science. Historians say it's anywhere between 5,000 and 7,000 years old, and you use the breath and movement. And it's the most wonderful tool that I've ever found to help deal with daily stress.
Well, I know that it takes a lot of techniques and a lot of training, so what's your background in doing that?
I have a 200 RYT certification. I'm currently working on a 300 RYT certification in yoga therapy.
I feel like I'm in an RYT thing
I
here.
know. And then I'm the only teacher currently in Alabama who's certified to teach Yoga Warrior, which is a special program for military personnel who has post-traumatic stress.
I know that's something you do with Bradford, with military guys. Tell me a little bit about that.
I work with people that have addictions, drug, alcohol, and post-traumatic stress. And it's just an incredible program because they get the therapy, they get the counseling, and then I get to work with them and share with them my passion about what the breath and movement can do.
Well, speaking of that, Tell me some of the different ways we could do that. And I see you've got a chair there.
You know, I always have a chair or a mat. So, Edie, you know, on the days, and I know you of all people live a fast-paced, stressful life.
Yes.
So one of the things that you can do is if you're in the car and you're running late for an appointment, or you're stressed about one of your many little things in life, begin to breathe in and out through your nose.
How do you do that?
I usually start, if you're in the car, just a slow, gentle breath. Just think about breathing. And then you think about
keep your hands on the wheel.
Okay. That's I have a relaxation CD that I give all my students, and I tell them never ever listen to this when you drive. I think I gave you one.
Yes.
But you're driving, you're stressed, so you start breathing.
Deep from the diaphragm.
From the belly. I call it belly breath.
Belly breath.
So that you can feel the ribs expand and rise. The belly will lift a little bit, and then as you exhale, the belly's going to drop.
That's going to strengthen those muscles too.
It's wonderful core workout. So then if things are really, really bad, I have something called ha breath.
Ha breath?
Ha breath. And so you take a deep breath in, and then you go, huh! And if that doesn't let it out, you know.
I'm probably good for the rest of the day now.
You know, sometimes I go out on my deck after an afternoon with Rick, and I do a lot of those.
Well, I got a baseball bat I use on pillows.
So anyway, breath work is important. There's also something that you can do. You can take 5 minutes, sit down, go to the bathroom, any place where you can find just a small, quiet place, and it's called counting breath. And you inhale 1, exhale 1, inhale 2, exhale 2, inhale 3, exhale 3.
And that, I can feel that. I mean, it's starting to help.
You know,
me
your
to
mama
calm
used to
down.
tell you to count to 10.
Yes.
There is magic in that, because if you'll do that in increments of 10, whether it's anxiety or anger, stress, even depression, you can start that counting breath and you can feel the body begin to settle.
You know, if people want to learn about what you, because I know you're also a songwriter with your husband and you have a blog. Will you tell us a little bit about that before we have to go?
My blog is called Transformation Information, and it's at blogspot.com, Jilda Watson. And I write about what I teach every day. And then Rick and I have a songwriter's website, rickandjilda.com.
Jilda, thank you so much, and I hope people will log on into your blog and go to your website, because I thank you for being my friend and being here.
It's been a wonderful pleasure today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us with Healthy Lifestyles, and we'll be right back next week.